Welcome to the conversation part of the Upper Bowl podcast. We do like to say is that we have a friend of the program. I mean, friend of the program. He was a former co-host of the podcast. He's back again. He'll talk about Eagles Cowboys round 2. He was here for round 1, and when we did it with Zach Wilczek and Eric Chiafalo, Anthony Direnzo, aka my boy Clyde. Clyde, how we doing? And I'm going to tell you this as always. You should just go as Clyde Direnzo because you'll get more clicks, and there's no other Clydes in sports radio. How you been, by the way?
I'm good. How are you, Trevor?
We're good. I like to say this. The Eagles are finding a way to win, as I like to say, as an old DVD quote. They're finding a way to win. I'm not mad at them. I'm just enjoying the ride. Where are you at, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, I would honestly say I think most of this is noise. We went through this last year, so that's what frustrates me, I think, as someone in the Philadelphia market. So the lack of perspective many fans have at this point is very frustrating to me specifically.
So you're mad at me because I'm enjoying the ride. Am I doing that?
I mean, I like the drama too. Don't get me wrong. We're both in media, so I'm used to that. But like at the same time, I went years and years of Kevin Cobb and Mark Sanchez and Sam Bradford. The list
Michael
goes
McMahon.
on. Exactly. The list goes on and on and on and on. And that's kind of my point, where it's like we have totally lost the plot. And I understand the concern. If the Eagles offense looks like this, in a few weeks, let alone the playoffs, are they winning another Super Bowl? No. So I understand where it's coming from to an extent, but at the same time, and sure, AJ Brown going on Twitch is annoying. Speaking out stuff like that's annoying. The team always having to answer to this, it's annoying. But at the same time, AJ Brown's kind of right. You know what I mean? Like, just per perspective, I was at the Rams game this year. I know that feels like a century ago at this point, but it was halftime. I'm looking at my phone. I didn't even realize we had 33 yards.
Yeah.
30 in one half. And there's been multiple halves this season that has happened.
Yeah.
Especially even look at that Packers game. Like that first half was the same thing. I mean, even toward the end,
the Tampa game, the second half.
Yep. So
I was at that game too as a funnier thing. And I said, this is the worst offense I've seen.
No, exactly. And then
the wing stop right now.
Well, a lot of those halves, they have woken up. And Jalen, I think, to his credit, especially with a terrible offensive scheme this year, an awful O-line, and an offensive locker room that seems to be totally dismantled in a certain sense, just from like a unity and teamwork perspective. For him to overcome all that and for them to be sitting atop not only the NFC East, but sitting atop the NFC, given all those problems. If you would have told me Kevin Patullo is going to suck, our offensive line is going to be banged up, our defensive edge rushers are going to be kind of not great. Yeah, like if you would have told me all these things, I would have said, dude, maybe we'll have 5 or 6 wins. Maybe. So for us to be in the driver's seat of the NFC right now is astonishing. And again, all that stuff, it's annoying to have to deal with the drama to a certain extent. But at the same time, as stupid as it might sound, I really do kind of agree with AJ. And if people in the building aren't listening, this is kind of what you have to do, unfortunately. And we'll see if, the grass is green on the other side. I keep making this point to people. Last year, this became somewhat of a problem. BG kind of like mitigated them, brought them together, make sure they were fine. But on top of that, after all that drama, Saquon started having his MVP season.
Yeah.
And you did not hear a peep out of AJ when Saquon had 200, 300 yards a game.
No.
So if that is what's happening, if our rushing game starts getting 200, 300 yards a game again, and we don't need to lean on AJ as much, and we don't need to lean on Devontae as much, or Dallas Goedert, or whoever it may be, I think that's a different story. Like, I don't think AJ Brown would be complaining if that was the reality of the offense. But and if we're being honest, like, let's all be honest as Eagles fans, it's the whole reason why there's even drama right now. They look nowhere near what they did last year in that sense. But on the other hand, if anything, Jalen Hurts looks tenfold better. The same way people said last year, oh, he's holding the offense back. He's the only reason the offense wins now. So, you know, you got to take things.
Isn't that the national media
exactly.
you want like the quarterback to win in all the games and not have your weapons do it? Like
Exactly.
didn't we do that with Tom Brady? Didn't we do that with like Aaron Rodgers and everybody?
Yep.
And now we have to like, no, that's the wrong way to win. I was like, why are we moving the goalposts so many fucking times anyways?
Well, because people are mad that their fantasy teams aren't winning. So, or their parlay didn't get the 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Why do I say is fuck your gambling thing and fuck your fantasy football team anyways? So.
No, but I do honestly think that's a big part of it. I really do. On top of, like, I'm going to divulge a little bit here, but like the whole MVP conversation, even, it just gets me going with that. And I'm not saying Jalen necessarily has MVP numbers this year, but MVP is never measured in who is most valuable. It is always measured in who has the best stats. What's the best stats award, and which one's the quarterback? Because God forbid, like a running back who has like set history, like Saquon last year, isn't even considered. So it's, I think to your point of moving the goalposts are constantly moving for all of this stuff.
It's like they can't give a wide receiver the MVP award. Like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter if it's Jerry Rice or Terrell Owens,
Yep.
So
yeah, no, ridiculous. Exactly.
That's why I've been so like, I don't care about the AJ Brown news. I let him just talk. I go by the Crossing Broad MO. Whatever AJ Brown drama is, like, we don't care. Just let it be.
I mean, but that's kind of my point. Like, we make it worse. It isn't really that much of drama. I mean, yeah, sure, he knows what he's doing when he goes on a stream and says something, but it's like busting chops to an extent. Like, he wants the ball.
At least he's not a douche like Cam Scattaboo right now, getting like trying to start a fight at a wrestling event and like hanging out with streamers.
I mean, that's true. Whatever. He went on a stream, but he was sitting at home. Like, what? You want him out at bars? You want him like going to clubs? Like, okay, whatever. He said something stupid on a stream. I get it. Not great. But at the end of the day, they're words. You know what I'm saying? So like, this got me going last year with the Eagles fans too. And Nick Sirianni was telling fans to shut up, and we all got angry. And I was like, dude. Like, for fans who curse and scream and stomp their feet and lose their minds, for us to not be able to take a little bit of heat is just nuts to me. And I honestly, that's exactly how I feel with the AJ situation. It's like, dude, we're acting like this is the Real Housewives of Philadelphia. Like, can we just let it be? There is some drama, but we are making it so much worse than it actually is.
The only person that's making it worse is Diana Rossini anyways. Let's be honest here.
I think in general, especially locally, we almost make it worse. I think, if anything, I mean, national media isn't great either, but I do think.
Don't the Eagles give all the stuff to national media and they don't give shit to the local media?
I mean, yes, that is an issue. But I mean, maybe that's why, because we're constantly fucking tearing them down around here. So like that's also another, I wonder how they think about that internally.
True. I gotta ask you, is this rivalry dead? Eagles Cowboys, is it dead to you?
It's not dead. Anytime there's a divisional game.
Explain yourself.
It's a divisional game. I mean, look at week 1. People thought the Eagles were going to dominate. We barely won that game.
Yeah,
so, and I know that was week 1.
We had a new angle anyways.
Yeah, and the whole Jalen Carter gate week 1. But, I know that was week 1. I know they never play anyone in preseason, so they're probably just a little rusty, as we always see in the first few weeks. But, yeah, I mean, Dallas is kind of back. Like, Dak, if we're being honest, is playing one of his best seasons we've ever seen.
I agree. Worst defense he's ever had, by the way.
Which sucks for him, yeah, because the fact that, I mean, their offense is pretty legit. Their running game isn't anything amazing, but the fact that they have CD back now and
Pickens is insane.
Yeah, Pickens has been great. I think that was an amazing pickup for them. Regardless, I think this will come down to be like probably a touchdown. I mean, I think the line's at 3.5 right now. I think that's pretty accurate. I see the Eagles kind of winning just by a touchdown. I would love to tell you I see them dominate, and
I don't.
I
think it's gonna be
I think this will be a high scoring game though. I do think the Eagles finally like get to like a 30-point game, because like this is the kind of game where I just see it happening. Again, it's a divisional game. I think not enough. We're especially at this point in the season where legitimately anything can happen. It does not matter. The Cowboys have some swagger now after they beat up on a bad team, but still, they didn't really believe in themselves a couple weeks ago. So that locker room is waking up. So I am a little concerned about, that aspect of it. And I'm worried about if the Eagles offense can keep up. That really is my main concern. I know the defense can stop Dallas, but having Pickens and Lamb on the outside is tough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're going to be able to totally shut it down, and we'll see what happens with the run game there. I think they're going to be able to get some on us just because of how much they're able to spread the field on the outside. But regardless, I think the Eagles win by a touchdown. I'll say 34-28.
I don't need
Eagles
a score
win.
from you. I don't need a score from you. Come on, man. I'm not trying to put you on the spot like it's WYP or the Fanatic. Come on,
no,
man.
but I just want to put myself on the record a little bit. You know, okay, I'll go 34-28. Eagles win.
I just think I look at this game as like it's not like Dallas is like their offense is good. I just wish it was like a better matchup, like more of a complete team because their defense is awful anyway. It's like I'm looking at it like this is gonna be like a 7-on-7 game almost, you know. Yeah,
I could see our defense kind of not having a great week though either.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to bash our defense. I do think our defense, if anything, like many have said, has carried us to an extent. But again, I don't think they're like this defense that can stop everything and anything all the time. And I think something like Dallas will get in our way. Are we able to stop them? Sure. Will they maybe not score over 20? Sure. I'm not saying that's a guarantee, but I just see something like this, 425. I see shootout, especially in Jerry World, no wind, you know, the dome.
Sun.
I
sun
see
in the
shootout.
Face.
Yeah.
Sun in the face.
I see shootout here. And I think that will at least give Eagles fans some, motivation and optimism in a sense of what can this offense do as we move forward in the season. So go ahead. Sorry.
Were you bummed that the offense got like they were clicking during the Giant game and there was the bye week right after? Were you bummed that like they wish they could be able to carry that momentum in the Packer game?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. Like it's just you're coming off such a long break too, and you're in Lambeau, and it's the freezing cold. Like it's finally like that was the first real like cold week of the year too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I agree with you, but I also think like we have this unfair expectation off a bye that we think these teams are going to dominate just because when we were younger.
Were we screwed by the bye, would you say? Because we looked really good versus the Giants that week. Those coming off.
Maybe that's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, obviously we always want rest in this league, but I do think the Eagles were kind of clicking finally, and then they took a long break, which isn't always, it's not always necessarily the best thing in terms of momentum. So I think that right there. And then on top of like just the trope of we were always used to winning off the bye with Andy Reid, like as being younger Eagles fans to even now.
The tickets,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think even Peterson and Sirianni have both been good off the bye as well. So I think it's just this like, we expect the team to like dominate off a bye. And I would say more times than not, teams off a bye week, they like got to just get back into their groove a little bit just because, as much as it's a physical league, you have to keep practicing and you have to keep getting your reps in or you're going to be a step behind. So
very true. What do you think of Jalen Phillips so far for the Eagles acquisition from Miami?
Amazing pickup. They definitely needed it. Brandon Graham wasn't enough. No. I think now they're probably set defensive wise. Corners, I think between Coop and Quignon, as much as sometimes they've been banged up this year, they'll be fine. I know Jair Alexander seems like he won't be on the team anymore.
No, so. I kind of looked at it as like, why did we make that trade? But
I think Howie just wanted some depth, but I guess it doesn't matter.
No,
regardless.
It doesn't matter.
It seems like some sort of family matter, but yeah.
Oh, that's what you've been looking around, snooping around.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know for sure, but yeah, it seems like something more personal than not.
So I like to say you kind of like broke some news for us anyway.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I haven't been able to use a soundboard on you anyway. So like Tony Bruno over here. I just was wondering because I was like on this show, you probably listened. That I was kind of like looking for anyone for the pass rushers. Like, yeah, Jalen Phillips out of Miami, that'd be kind of perfect anyways. Miami's trying to sell some pieces off anyways, and then him getting traded during their bye week, aka they played Thursday night football and the Eagles got him. I was like, yeah, this is perfect anyways. I've been super excited because they look like they have another boost of energy, like a boost on that edge, which they've been needed for a while. And it was like
anytime you can add youth like that too,
And a Miami Hurricane, anyways, a little swagger to it, which I feel like you can only get so many Florida State kids. They don't know what swagger is anyway. So it's nice to see some guy who went to play for the Miami Hurricanes played.
Well, and I guess he's familiar with the area. He said he was, I guess at some point was in the area when they were interviewing him around here. Said he was familiar and very happy to be here. I mean, he seems like the happiest player to ever get traded here to an extent.
It's so funny because when you look at it, it's like everyone else is like everyone down here in Miami is like all the social media people are so pissed about it anyways. Like, well, you guys haven't done shit for 25 years anyways. So,
well, I mean, you just fired your GM too. So,
yeah. And like,
no one's going to protect the guy you drafted.
No. And plus, Vic I feel like Howie went to Vic Fangio's like, who do you want? Bradley Chubb or Phillips? Like, give me Jalen Phillips. Like, I think Fangio knew anyways. Like, give me this Phillips kid anyway.
Imagine going from that Miami locker room to Philadelphia. That's yeah.
Imagine
this here, Trevor. This full circle right now.
Yeah.
This goes exactly to the point of the haves and have-nots of the NFL, and for Philadelphia to act like we are Miami or Cleveland, it is absolutely insane. And we need to stop it. And I'm not saying that we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. They do need to pick it up. But at the same time, can we just shut the hell up for a little bit? Like count our blessings, man. Perspective. Even if we don't win a Super Bowl this year, we have a top NFC team to watch every week. And we have a quarterback that will keep us in the conversation and a GM that will keep us in the conversation. But yeah, the guy that got traded here is elated that he's in this locker room, but it's the most toxic locker room in the world. Yeah. But it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm sorry. Like, it is. I'm concerned a little bit too, but it's ridiculous.
True. Definitely, for sure. Anyway, so it's very ridiculous anyway. So I think it's entertaining. At least it's good for the media anyways. Clyde, what are you doing these days anyways? Any special things going on?
Nothing too crazy. I've been a little more under the radar lately, doing some more like back end media production. But yeah, I'll be popping on your podcast here and there, and I'll still be putting out some sports content when I have the time.
Okay, definitely. Clyde, always good to have you on. I like to say I'm gonna tease this. We'll see you during playoffs, possibly.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be back.
Perfect. Clyde Direnzo, friend of the program.